He will go out there.
Okay. Welcome, guys.
Let's get to the show. We're
welcome, guys.
Capping.
Welcome.
Rico have a long day.
Welcome to the show.
We all know practice wasn't long for me. Stop the cap.
Freaky ass nigga Carl, man.
Hey, look, that's a source that I heard that he does, bro. But apparently his people didn't mind it. So hey, life is about what
Look,
what you like.
Anytime Carl talking about he got a source, we can't take that live or something because it's the same guy that think Cam's got a boot.
They said
Cam's got a boot better than
after football practice too. Not what they said. So
we know you was the number one guy.
I would, after hard work of practice, I would never try to go and make love with my woman without washing my butt. I'm just letting y'all know that right now.
I don't believe it.
But
we all know Carl.
You and Reed, I don't know. You know what they say about them offensive players? Them offensive players are nasty. I'm just go ahead and leave that at.
I'm more nastier than defensive players.
Hey, no, them offensive players are nasty, bro.
Y'all take scraps,
and y'all two should feel ashamed of doing that, going back without washing your tail.
If we break down the chain of who get the girls first, it go quarterbacks. Then receivers, then running backs, and then niggas on defense, and then the O-lineman.
I don't know. I think that's changed now. I think the defensive backs get all the legs now because it's so popularized now. I think it's different now.
I don't know. When you see the niggas on that highlight tape like that,
Travis
plays offense too.
Travis Hunter
plays offense too.
Travis Hunter plays
offense too.
He does, but I'm just saying he made the way. I think defensive backs is of course the hardest position of all sports, but but the women love defensive backs. We're the niggas. Listen, we're the niggas to take your girl.
The women love hearing the name called on that intercom.
But I will say
now by number.
Like I said, but I will say this.
Oh, you that nigga that got bombed on. Yeah. I remember you ass.
Yeah, exactly. They would have heard touchdown, and then come on the big screen.
That's why you have to have mental strength to play defensive back because not anybody can do it. Because look, you're gonna get clowned on, you get burned, you give up one touchdown, you've been locking up stuff all year, you give up one touchdown, it all falls on you, the girls at you, all type of stuff. The point is only strong-minded real animals can play DP because you on
or annoying ass niggas. Annoying ass niggas.
My brother, you don't understand the concept of the situation, my brother.
I do.
No, you don't.
I was just watching the Instagram real early. I was watching the Instagram real early. The nigga got burnt. The nigga got burnt. The quarterback overthrows the ball out of.
And he went like that.
No. The DB comes out of nowhere, tiptoeing, tapping the receiver on his back, like, what happened? Like, bro, playing with him. Plank was cooked out the street. The quarterback threw the ball out of bounds. And he comes back in the screen, tiptoeing, like, up.
Yeah.
That's a win.
You know what's crazy? You want to say
you are by yourself, brother, on an island by yourself.
You want to say playing DB you gotta have that.
No, because I'm not gonna sit here and let you guys antagonize me. So the thing about you offensive players, y'all cannot handle the mental struggles that a defensive back goes through. None of you niggas could go out there on an island by yourself, look left, look right, look behind you, and realize, hey, I don't have nobody but myself. My sideline is my best friend. Okay, y'all niggas don't have the mental capacity to deal with that. You got to be a real dog to do that. Because the game is won and lost by a corner sometimes, brother.
I'm gonna let you know this, Carl. Okay, I'm gonna let you know this. Your balls got to drop when you count 9 people in that box and you only got 5 people blocking for you. Your balls at some point in your head, you got to turn into a real maniac. It's 9 people in the box, and the quarterback's still up under that bed. But turn that bitch around and hand it off, man.
I'm gonna say this
be a real type of demon, man.
I think you got to be a dog too at receiver. especially mentally.
You almost made me cuss. I told my mama I'm gonna stop cussing.
Especially
Shut the
mentally,
front door, nigga.
because
You almost made me cuss. That's the easiest position of all of football. All you have to do is catch a ball, and half of you niggas can barely do that. So shut the front door.
First of all,
Bama has a valid point because he's a running back. So I get the physical and mental abuse and the head contact. So I get that. So he semi has a point. But you prima donna, you don't have any point. Okay?
Why don't I?
Because you don't.
First of all, that is the not only listen.
Kickers
outside of the quarterback, you the next person that got the whole organization in your hands. Think about it. When they throw the ball deep, what the fans do? What the fans do when they throw the ball deep? They be like,
you just overlook the running back.
Listen,
they don't care about running backs.
Listen, when they throw that ball, what do all the fans do? They get on their feet and go, and when he drop it, what they do? Oh, and they want him subbed out the game.
That's the same thing you can say about a running back when he fumbles.
They don't go, no. Listen.
Oh, yes, they do.
For a split second, the receiver got the whole stadium lost for words. He's and then he catch a touchdown. They screaming, jumping up and down. He dropped that thing. And want him subbed out the game.
Okay.
You get one chance.
Catch the ball.
You don't get multiple opportunities. You get one.
All chance. You have to do is catch the ball. Well, a DB has to shed a block.
That's so crazy.
Has to catch a ball. DB has to tackle.
Listen,
a DB.
Y'all can get burnt. Listen, y'all can get burnt maybe 2-3 times, but you're gonna keep getting opportunities to keep proving yourself. You drop one of those, you might be standing next to the coach for a good little minute.
That's the easiest thing to do, damn near in football, is catch the freaking football. That's why
I ain't gonna say it's the easiest thing.
It's one of the easiest things.
So then why do y'all play defense?
How is it hard to catch a football and you wide open deep and you?
Because the thing is, I'll tell you this. So the experience
you gotta concentrate on when you by yourself. Them is the hardest one.
I'm gonna say this: stay out of this. This is a nigga that knows how to catch already. Coming from a nigga that had to train how to catch because I was an old school fullback type of player. Once you started, it's different catching them little passes out the backfield. Like they super quick, they get on you real fast. But once you start running vertical down the field, it's weird. It's like your eyes start bouncing up and down, bro. Like everything, you just really start bouncing up and down. So now on top of that, when the ball coming, you gotta judge where the ball gonna be at. On top of a nigga like you right on you. It's a lot of focus that goes into it. So you gotta figure out how to track the ball, make the ball slow down, and make your hands do this quick enough and grab that motherfucker all in while running a route to get open. You gotta run a route at a certain speed. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's pretty difficult. Of course, with repetition, everything looks easy, of course. Not saying that it's not, but I know a lot of people make it seem just catch the ball, which you should. You out there, that's all you do in practice. But
that's why them DBs be former receivers and they go play that defense because they can't catch. You get rewarded for PBUs. You get rewarded for PBUs. You don't get rewarded for drops.
You can't catch every ball that's in the air, as a DB, bro. Some things aren't catchable, sir. Some passes aren't catchable, sir. That's why they call breakups, because you had the ball in your hands and you had dropped it and I had
no. Y'all be right there to catch that thing and then go right through your hands and then y'all put one of these grabbing your helmet
positions, Reek. Everyone knows it's the easiest position. Wide receiver is the easiest out of all the positions.
And that's another position where you gotta wait on somebody to get you the rock.
Okay, that's
you gotta make sure the O-line block. You gotta make sure the running back pick up the blitz.
That linebacker is the easiest?
Yeah.
You stupid as hell. Shut the front door, bro. All this football knowledge you talking, and you said the dumbest thing. You said linebacker is the easiest.
Yeah, linebacker the easiest position to play.
Nigga, you gotta call out the shifts of the old linemen.
Sometimes the safety do it too.
Wait, what backer are we talking? What backer are we talking?
What are you talking about?
You're talking about middle backer, but if you're playing outside backer, which I've played, you just got to read your keys and shoot. Not gonna lie.
I mean,
literally, that's all you do. You read your keys and shoot. If it's bruh, if you see if he's light on his hands, I know what's gonna happen.
I think again, receiver is easier than linebacker because you niggas aren't physical to sit there in that box and go play with them O linemen. So shut up. Again, it's the
we gotta go in there and block.
Long snapper is
we gotta go in there and block linebacker.
Y'all don't even do. Y'all barely do that. So let's just stop that right there. So long snapper is actually harder than wide receiver, though.
Says the people that don't want to do no tackling.
Long snapper is harder than wide receiver. Let me keep it real. It is. That's a struggle right there. Long snapping, bro. That's.
I ain't gonna say it's hard, but it requires more skill, more of a skill.
Yeah, bro.
That's skill in football,
bro. That's very easy.
Carl, you must have been having nightmares of receivers, huh?
I know.
Is that what it is? Is that why we getting so much hate from you today, Carl? You must have had a nightmare. Who put that nightmare into you last night, man? What happened?
Keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real, bro. It's it's not that hard to play wide receiver. Just catch the ball. If you catch the ball,
somebody must have gave you some work, huh, Carl? Is that what it is? You had a nightmare of somebody going forward on you.
If you just catch the ball, nigga, you're a good wide receiver, and that's just the facts of the story, bro. So, I mean, we can. That was a great introduction, everybody.
So do we not call good DBs the ones that can just get a PBU for just basically just dropping the ball?
Twan talking about don't say just catch. Is Antoine a wide receiver?
Who?
Receiver DB. He'll slim nigga.
He played both ways.
I'm pretty sure. Twan, what all you played?
What all you played? Please tell us. Thank you, new people that's in the chat, bro. I appreciate y'all.
But he do got a good point though. I do feel them receivers because every ball ain't a good ball. And
you gotta go make that play.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. I remember I was running like on the seam, and the quarterback threw the ball way over there. It ended up turning the route into a post, bro. But it's like, I mean, you can say, oh yeah, bro, that's a good ball, but it's like, not really, bro, because it would have been a touchdown if you just would have threw it straight on my track, bro. Like, if anything, that's a good catch by me. That's a good redirection and a good catch by me.
Ask Matthew Stafford.
Jalen, what's good, my brother? What's good, man? You know what? Long time, man. We up
sir.
Talking these sports, man.
Who is this?
This my nigga Jalen, man.
What's up, my guy?
Hey, brother, I'm sorry. Asking, are you Pakistan?
No. Background Sri Lankan from Canada, though.
You're Sri Lankan.
From the six.
Hey, they got a fine woman out there in Sri Lanka.
Hey, I be trying to tell him what's so crazy, Carl. I be trying to tell him throw me oops, but see, he don't think that highly.
And you in what part of Canada? Hey, Jalen, what part of Canada are you in?
In Toronto.
The good part. That nigga, good part, bro.
It's always good times. Like I said, man, anytime y'all in the city, I got you. Bama knows how we get down Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, for sure, dog. For sure.
I see you in a new place, Bama.
Dog. I'm out here, Florida, living good, going to the beach bumming it, dog. Like,
okay, living that Florida life. Like to see it.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot.
That's solid.
Meant for somebody like me, man.
He said meant for somebody like.
Wait, you out there with your girl? No, that ain't the way. Okay, I'm making sure. Okay, so that's over with.
It's a lot of beaches out here. And somebody always told me. You never breathe stand to a beach.
Hey, talk about it.
Listen here, Carl. Let me tell you, I went out at that beach. Well, they come in waves of 7. I was just by themselves.
Hey,
no.
Wait.
Flavors.
Man, we can't do this.
You right.
This is
Sunday. It is resurrection. Something else almost resurrected while I was out there on that beach.
Resurrection Sunday. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. brother. I'm not even going to get into it.
Okay. All right,
shout out Sundance, but I don't care.
We'll continue this tomorrow. We'll continue this tomorrow.
Hey,
all right.
We'll talk about this tomorrow.
I know. Hey, I know those Florida women at the beach is always eating them acai bowls, drinking them green shakes, keeping themselves in shape for real.
Hey, listen here. They nice out here, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. They said them Sherry Lankins is freaky as hell and they be peeing on women. Is that true?
So that's crazy. I think that's more I want to say some Middle Eastern countries, I think, partake in those activities. Yeah, I think
I just had to make sure to see what type of you
Hey, but I'm pretty sure Trey Songz did a thing like that too. I'm pretty sure he's out there with those stories too.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure because if I go out there to Toronto and kick it with you, brother,
you don't want to be doing none of that
stuff, brother.
I know. I feel like to be doing that, the bank account got to be crazy. It was like every story I hear about that.
Oh, wait,
it'd be hella money involved. It'd be money involved.
If your bank account was crazy, you'd be out here peeing on women, brother.
I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm just saying the stories I hear people doing it usually have bank accounts in the 7-8 figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Carl want to do that for $40. You a nasty son of a gun.
Put the $40 in the dresser.
Yeah, you want to do it for 40. That's crazy.
Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Wasn't R. Kelly doing that in the 90s? I'm just saying.
Hey, no dubs. I am out of order, bro. I'm a wild nigga, bro. I talk shit. I'm all love, though, dub.
Oh yeah.
Let me let's go ahead and get into it, I guess, man. Sad news coming from Missouri State. They DB Todrick McGee dies from self-inflicted gunshot wound Saturday morning. He was the starting safety for him. Had like 70-some tackles. I don't know, bro. It's just this whole last couple weeks of these young college athletes, bro, just be like some mind-boggling shit, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Prayers go out to the family, bro, because that just has to be a sorry way to lose your kid. You know what I mean? I get it though, because I got a firearm, so it's like, I mean, you would rather have one and not have one sometimes, but I do have a firearm to where it's like, dog, what was you doing to shoot yourself? Unfortunate, dog. It's just so fucking unfortunate in that situation. He had 2 seasons left, I believe. But yeah, he died yesterday morning. Prayers out to him and his family. Sucks though. Just wanted to touch bases on it. I don't know if y'all want to talk about this, but yeah, it was crazy, dog. That's just Coach was sick.
Suicide because I didn't really fully read the report. So
no, okay, so what they said is they said that it's not suicide. They just saying that it was just a self-inflicted gunshot wound. I can't remember where he shot himself. I believe like the abdomen or something, and he passed away from it.
So another college football player committing suicide. Tough to see. Obviously, you never want to see it. Obviously, mental health, could be an issue with what happened here. Obviously, it's tough to see. I don't think it's really like a gun issue. I know some people try to do that. Yeah. I think if you wanted to, commit suicide, you're gonna figure out a way to do it, regardless of what method you use. But yeah, like I said, thoughts and prayers. Again, tough to see all these young kids, so much life to live, kind of ending early. Definitely is tough. I'm sure. I mean, look, I don't know if people are people bringing up the CTE thing?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's always the thing with anytime football players, something like this.
A lot of times, like with a lot of these situations, you gotta just think about it though. Like, I know the Lacey situation is a little bit different of a situation because he was into an altercation with a female. It's like a girlfriend or something, so it's a little bit bigger of a backstory with him. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you can think about Junior Seau, Demaryius Thomas. What was my other guy, Vincent Jackson? A lot of them guys, they shoot themselves, and Antonio Brown was talking about it because they claim he got CTE, but that dude a lot more intelligent than what people give him credit for. The biggest problem with the CTE thing is that modern medicine says the only way they could do research on it if you're dead. You have to be dead in order for them to do research on it. And then another thing into trying to find other ways into doing research on it, it requires a lot of money. And the NFL isn't willing to invest that type of money for us with something they feel like they call, because what I mean? Like at the end of the day, if we just pretty much the NFL would be researching their downfall. Like if we invest all our money into prevention, education, all of this is basically I'm pulling the curtain back on something I've caused. The NFL even brought up a good stat. Like it was like if 2% of mothers stop their kids from playing little league football in the next 10 to 20 years, it's no NFL. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got to think about it on a grand scheme of it. I mean, it do suck. I mean, a lot of these situations you could be like, yeah, bro, that's CTE, bro. Like you can't tell me that somebody that can remember a play, remember what route to run on that play, how to break down, all of that. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, you know, whatever.
I'm gonna say this. I'm just trying to figure out like what is making these college kids feel like they gotta have a gun, bro. Like typically these college, like where colleges is at, I get that, but typically where these colleges is at, bro, like they not in just the biggest of towns.
That's true.
Like when you are on the field and you playing and you making plays, you are like a god in that city. Like people, you get in the bars, the clubs for free. You getting free shots. People want you in there. So what is making you feel like, you know what I'm saying? That in y'all deep. It ain't like you rolling by yourself. You got other people on the team with you. Mm-hmm. So if somebody was crazy enough to just, you know, be envy and jealous, like, oh, you only, you know what I'm saying, because you play football, whatever, you got the whole football team with you. It ain't like y'all ride solo dolo.
Man, yeah.
Hey, chat. This word's from a former Division I All-American too. He was on ESPN a few times. So
I mean, what's making you feel like?
Let me ask you this, Carl. Did you feel like you needed a pistol out there in where that shit was, Alamo or what?
Alamosa, nigga.
Alamosa. My fault. I'm sorry. Don't hey, relax, bro.
Don't do that, nigga.
But did y'all feel like y'all needed a pistol at Alamo?
Might as well say Siberia. You know, I don't know.
Nah, nigga, we need no pistol. We just needed
Carl, I'm gonna be real. You didn't need a pistol at Reddit either.
Nope, we just needed condoms.
Well, you can. Hey. I ain't gonna talk too much on here because we on.
Do you really need those two though?
We on here.
Yeah, not in Reddit and Alabama, nigga.
It is.
You need condoms after these football games. So I ain't gonna say too much though, but you need condoms.
That's any football player.
That place don't exist.
What Reddit?
It's like a place that don't exist. Like. You know how like you would have to be like, hey, bro, get that shit up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do none of that. You could just be like, hey, man,
don't all these small towns
nice,
really,
brother.
You said what, Jalen?
Don't all these small towns really love their guns though? That's why I say like in America.
No, they do. It's hard. It's hard to explain. Like, so the older people of the community have the guns, right? But like that's why the community is so safe because. Like it's no low crime, you feel me? Like ultra low. So if you somebody like in college, right? I'm really visiting for 4 months a year. I mean a semester. I'm only visiting. So it's like, what are you getting into to the point to where I'm visiting somewhere and I feel like I need because technically, Carl, take up so much of your fucking day. Like if we come there from the summer. From 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Your fucking a day is I'm dead ass, Jalen. They give a whole fucking list, bro. Like it's not like, oh nah, show up at 6 a.m. Like, no, it's a 6 a.m. mat drills. Then it just lists off from there, lunch, boom.
You're pretty booked up the whole day,
all the way. So in my head, okay, you got such a small window of free time. Even on them days where they be like no practice, what they call them shits,
academic
the meetings, recovery. What they call them weak ass meetings, bro. You remember the meetings they used to them, but they used to have a fucking term for them. They used to act like, oh, they not voluntary, but if you don't show up, nigga, you in trouble. Yeah, nigga, you it's optional meets, optional team meetings. They have them bullshits, bro. And you just be up in there for 2 hours, just bullshitting. Coach just want to hear himself talk. Like, so even on your free days, like a portion of your day still gets taken up. So it's like, they're like finding time to do this shit, Jalen. Like at this point, it's like you're, oh shit, I'm gonna have a 2 hour window right here. I'm finna You know what I'm saying?
You're making a concentrated effort to go do something. You probably
You see what I'm saying? Like the speed and shit, it's a little different. I just feel like, bro, I got an Audi, bro, and me at 33 now, like I get it. Like at 23, I wrecked my mama car. She had a Pontiac GT, bro. I was mashing this shit 120, bro. I had no business driving like that, bro. Like whipping. But as I got older, bro, I realized, like, bro, you could lose control of these cars at any moment, bro. Like any moment, seriously. And now I drive with a little bit more discretion, bro. It's like, yeah, bro, I do got a fast car. I can go fast if I want to, but fast for me now is maybe going 85 into 75. You know what I'm saying? 82. You feel me? Like a reasonable speed of speeding. Like it's no reason to drive 123 miles an hour. Like it's never a reason unless you got your wife in the back seat. Yeah, exactly. That's your wife in the back seat about to give birth or something like that. Like something drastic. You know what I mean? It's never an excuse to, like, bro, 123 miles an hour. Like Henry Ruggs. Like I can tell you one thing. I'm gonna let you know what was on his mind. Not stopping, driving that fast down the street, bro.
Is he about to be released? Is he about to be released?
Yeah.
We'll come back.
And free my nigga Henry.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I don't know if he's gonna still have that speed though.
I got a
that's only 3 years, bro. He was 20. What was he? 21. It'd be 20, 24, 25. He's still at a good age. It was over for Kyron Lacey because Kyron Lacey is 24. So, say for instance, hypothetically, if they did charge, which they wasn't, it wasn't his fault. It was a situation where anybody that was a normal person would have got off. Like they wouldn't even like did anything. They wouldn't even like wrote it down. But anyway, hypothetically, if he did get in trouble for it, we see Henry Ruggs set the standard of a 3-year sentence where he'll have to serve, right? 3 years for Kyron Lacey, he's 27. So it's like
big difference.
It's different. Like, so your first time hitting the league at 27 is like, ooh, like, you know what I mean? It's like,
that's tough.
That's tough. And then
you gotta be a real special talent. You gotta be a real.
And then even if you do hit the league, Jalen, it's not like you finna get. Like Henry Ruggs still has a chance to get a $50 million contract. You see what I'm saying? Like he still has a chance to come back and get maybe not what he would have got if he didn't get in trouble, but he still has a chance to come back and get a little something. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you, do somebody pick him up?
Fuck yeah. If not the Raiders probably still pick him up. They need another receiver still. They kept him on the roster for the longest. Don't forget, even when he was going through all of that,
they did keep him on the roster.
What made me think about this differently? When Aaron Hernandez went through everything, they cut his ass quick. They cut him off the roster quick, right? Henry Ruggs went through his whole little ordeal. They kept him on the roster as long as they could keep him on the roster.
Yeah.
You know, and then even when he was going up on the trial, they had him locally working out at the UFC gym, all those other type of things to make you think that, hey, man, they really wanted this dude. Same thing, similar to what the Browns did with Josh Gordon. How even when he got suspended from the league, he got to work at the owner's car dealership, like things of that nature. So it's like they showing you that still fucking with you, even though you're going through whatever it is that you're going through.
It comes down to the upside, I think. Like with Henry Ruggs, I think people still look, if they thought at best he'd be a number 3 receiver, he's never touching the league. But they understand the upside with his speed, what he can do to the defenses. They'll take the risk. Like I've always said, you take a prime LeBron, like a 25-year-old LeBron James, a 26-year-old Tom Brady, and they hit somebody, and like and that person gets killed. The league's going to take him back because they're just too talented and too good. At the end of the day, the league, if you're good enough, they really don't care. They really don't care if you're that good, right? So with Henry Ruggs, with his upside, they're gonna take him back. He'll get a shot.
The cheese is gonna get him.
Didn't that nigga kill a white woman?
And her dog.
It was like a lot. It was a Hispanic girl and her dog. But it don't matter. He killed somebody. That's fucked up. Imagine you sitting in your car. Imagine you just sit in your car and then boom, you dead. You waking up somewhere else in a different.
How did Dante Stallworth get away with it? He didn't do any jail time.
No, he did. He served 2 years. He was a drunk driver. He did 2 years. Brandy was the person that didn't do time. The singer, Oisha, Brandy. She didn't do no time. That's where a lot of people was confused. Like, how did you get off? And like, I couldn't remember what that was.
Sometimes a civil lawsuit, you send a check.
Now you know how she got off. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Nah, elaborate. How did she get
off?
I'm
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, how did she get
off? This is a sports show. We're gonna keep it sports, but how she really got off.
Quid pro quo? I'm confused.
Me too.
Okay, let me ask you this. Speaking of getting off,
hey, pause, brother.
Do what you gotta do.
Don't do that. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, brother. Head coach Fran Brown let receiver Trevor Pinion walk. Hit the transfer portal after he asked the coach for $2 million of NIL deal. Last year, he put up 894 yards, 8 touchdowns, I believe, off of 78 receptions. Don't misquote me. I'm looking it up right now.
That is not enough for no darn $2 million.
What school is this?
Syracuse. He was their best receiver last year. That's not really saying much. So, okay, correction. 871 yards and 7 touchdowns. I gave him too many yards. But yeah, that was his.
Oh, how many catches?
84 receptions. Okay, so this is ESPN. I'm sorry. This is ESPN.
We got to take into account too the number 1 receiver at Syracuse.
Right? Did he make all conference? Did he make All-American?
I'm trying to see what all he had.
I don't even know.
So his stats was 84 receptions, 941 yards, 9 touchdowns.
It just could be a standard where, like, at a top, at a top Division I school, a top tier Division I school, the standard might be the number 1 receivers all get $2 million. Whether you get 800 yards, 7, 1,000, 12, maybe that's the standard. I don't know the ins and outs of all the NIL averages.
He is right, though, gentlemen. It is Syracuse.
Syracuse got the money, so maybe it's that. Is he going to be in the league? Like, does he have NFL prospects, or is he just going to be a guy?
No. So his previous season, he's going to be a senior this year, redshirt senior. So he's already graduated. So the season before that, he had 22 receptions, 201 yards, no touchdowns. The season before that, redshirt year, 2 receptions, 69 yards, 1 touchdown. And the year before that was his initial year. Red shirt, 1 reception, -1 yards. So
he's trying to get that final payday. That's what it is. He knows he's going to go to the league. He's going to end up with a 9 to 5, making 60, 70K a year first year. He wants one final payday.
Yeah, that's funny.
That. Yeah, get your the last bit of money. Hey.
I mean, if you get your last, you gotta. At some point, though, let's just be honest, bro. We gotta just do good business, man. Because a lot of the times when shit like this keep going on, bro, you're just gonna fuck it up in general for everybody. Where they're gonna put some weird ass regulation on it. And for instance, if you are worth $2 million, you probably gonna end up getting blackballed because of the new standard they're gonna set to regulate this money and be like, oh, these are salary caps and all of this stuff. I'm gonna just be honest with you, Jalen. A lot of athletes don't like doing this, but after the cleats and the ball deflated for me, I got a objective lens of just looking at it for what it's worth, even if it's yourself. Even going back looking at old film, I was like, damn, bro, that was poor effort right here. I'm able to do that. Oh, that was slow right here. I'm able to do that. A lot of athletes don't know how to do that. $2 million is what they pay Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams. Ask yourself, do you really think you're on the level of those two dudes right there? It took him 4 years to put up stats that they just put up their first initial year of college football, and one of them was 17 years old.
I just don't think he's looking at it at a football lens. He's looking at it as this is my last year playing football at a high level of any sort. And he wants that, again, that kind of just that final check and to start his life. You know what I mean? Like, through a football lens, I understand what you're saying. But to him, like I said, he has no prospects of going to the league, maybe not in the CFL. And if he makes the CFL, he's not going to get paid a ton. Yeah. So that $2 million is going to be the most money he's ever made in his life.
But I feel like this, Joe Jalen. At what point do kids realize the actual – because the goal should always be to play pro sports because those are the contracts. That whole league is set up for you to negotiate your value, your worth. Cam Newton brought up a good point. The NIL was originally made for you to be more comfortable in college. Once upon a time, I had more weed in my apartment in college than I had food in my refrigerator. It's to keep you from situations like that to where you're going to have weed and food.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Hypothetically. This is medicinal uses, not selling none of that. Yeah. Medicinal uses. Put that out there. But we had more marijuana than we had food. You know what I mean? In college. So this makes it to where you're not eating off the dollar menu. Like I remember times of eating off the dollar menu for a week straight. Like this is to make sure that those situations aren't happening. But in the kids' head, they're thinking that, oh no, this is where we get our big break, right? Like this is where, oh, I can retire my mom or I can retire my dad or whatever the case may be. And it's like, no. The NFL is so you can do that. Like that, they still made sure that's where that should be done at. You feel me? The colleges in their head is, I'm going to give Jalen this money since he is an asset to this team. I want to make sure Jalen isn't eating ramen noodles. Like I want to make sure that you're not driving a lemon car. You know what I mean? I want to make sure when you do need books, oh, I could just swipe my debit card right there and get the book for class. I can make sure that, hey, you're staying in the best apartment off campus, right? Because you're a star athlete. I want to make sure that you have enough money to stay in the best apartment. If you choose as a junior or senior, if you choose to stay off campus, I want to make sure that you stay in the best apartment off campus. I want to make sure that you have a very reliable transportation to and from college when you're going to and from off campus. So I want to make sure you can get a 2025 car. I want to make sure that you get the best apartment. But in these kids' head, it's like, okay, they're giving me this money to make me comfortable. What else can I keep asking for? Like it's the NFL. The NFL is set up behind that. That's why they got agents. That's why every little thing you do in the NFL, that's why they charge you. You leave weights off the rack. Fine. You come in with your shirt tail out. Fine. You late for a meeting. Fine. You doing all of this stuff. It's fines like back to back to back to back to back. You get unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Fines. Like they fining you for everything. So that lets you know that whole world is set up around money, right? The school still promotes, Jalen, come here, get an education. The school is still promoting the educational aspect of it, but the kids are still missing that. It's just, so while you're here studying, this money is a buffer for you. You still should be working to get to the NFL, but they're not understanding that money is making them more comfortable. It's like, oh, maybe I don't have to go to the NFL. And Cam Newton brought up a good point. $2 million not going to last you. This should probably last you about 5, 6, 7 years because you're going to develop new spending habits. So what you develop in the new spending habits, it's not going to last you as long as you think. So you need to still be working to get to the NFL.
I hear what you're saying, and it makes all the sense in the world. Like this was initially intended to make students comfortable. I think if that was the initial intent, I think there should be a limit. There should be a cap, just like a salary cap in sports. Cap the amount any individual can make, whether you're the starting quarterback, at Alabama or you're in a lower level Division I school, maybe you cap it. But two, I think the NFL dream for 95% of college players is just not a reality, right? Like the percentage of college players that legitimately get to the NFL and can have a career there, it's not going to happen. So I think for over 95% of college athletes, hey, if someone tells me I can make more money in those 4 years than I might make in my next 10 years as an accountant, as a as a consultant, as whatever job you get, that $2 million is probably he's going to make more in that 1 year than he'll make in the next 10 years of his life working a regular job, right? That's the reality of most people. So I completely understand, your point of this money is for college athletes to be comfortable, make sure they're okay, not to go, be extravagant, not to buy a Lamborghini, not to buy $100,000 chain. That's not what the money's for. Not to take care of your parents. Sure, that's not what the money's for. But if you have the opportunity to do that and you realize the NFL isn't in your future, I can't be mad at them. If someone giving me $2 million my last year of college and I can buy a house, for my mom and look, and maybe work a regular job after, but I got that house and I can afford to pay the mortgage after, hey, I can't be mad at him. I just can't be mad at him.
For him to ask for $2 million, I think was a little outrageous. Now, if he would have asked for, I don't know what he was previously making, but if he would have asked for like $1 million, maybe 800,000, we might have would have had a deal. But 80 plus catches with 900 yards.
Hey,
Jeremiah Smith got 70-some catches with 1,400.
A lot of the times when them boys get them paydays, and then again, I tell these college kids too, a lot of the times when them NFL players get them big paydays when they coming off of their rookie contract, they have a fucking ridiculous season the year before. Like they have a season to where it's like, hold on, is he the best receiver in the NFL? Is he the best running back in the? Is he the best quarterback in the NFL right now? Like, so they have leverage. It's like, hey, bro, look what I just did. Like I just. You know what I mean? With quarterbacks, can you make those plays consistent? I don't know, man. Like, I feel you though, Jalen. You right, bro. Shoot, try to get your money, but this is where playing hardball went wrong, man.
For sure. So he in the portal.
I do think that the transferring stuff with the NIL, people transfer from really good situations. I saw it even in college basketball. People transferring after a great season, going to the Final Four. It is getting a little much. I think eventually there'll be adjustments made. With the money and the transfer thing, we'll see. But yeah, gotta let her play it out, I guess.
I'm interested to see who picks him up.
Nico learned the hard way about that too, man. A lot of the times, y'all, you gotta play young cats, man. You gotta show your value. You can't always bargain off of, hey, I'm about to do this. Like, no, you gotta be in the mix of showing them right there, like, hey, bro, this is what you get. This is why I want my money. Like, y'all trying to play hardball and then be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Like, no, it don't work like that. If you really want your money, you'll go ahead and do what you got to do. Before we get into the topic of the show, I want to talk about. You see, Isaiah Bond sues his accuser. So, what was it? 6 days ago. He turned himself in. It was like last Saturday. So it's like 9 days ago. Last Saturday, he turned himself in for sexual assault charges, where he was accused of sexually assaulting a female. A few days later, come to find out that he didn't sexual assault someone, and it came to find out it was actually consensual. And now he is suing his accuser, defamation of character, other different type of things like that. Because, like you said, his career literally, like, once that came out, it was over. Like, they literally said we lost 2 receivers. The same, like when Kyron Lacy, that happened to Kyron Lacy. Literally, he turned himself in, and everybody was like, yeah, 2 good receivers down the drain. So, me, myself, personally, I feel like it's justified. You can't cry wolf and then just get off scotch-free, because that's messed up. It's happened a lot of times. I think the Atlanta Falcons had like a linebacker. He actually served like 2 years in prison. Come to find out, he didn't even do anything. And like that's why I said, like, that's just time he couldn't even get back. And whoever accused him, I'm pretty sure they just still living life. Even, you know, after a while, they came out and said the person that said Emmett Till whistled at her, it was fake. So it's just like you see this happen a lot of times to where just in general, the person just gets off. Like the person that accused gets off, gets to walk away like nothing happened. And then we just be like, oh, okay, you didn't do it. Carry on. But it's like before that, these dudes either serve jail time, get drugged through the media, lose their life in some situation. So it's like, how does that?
They need minimum sentencing laws now for false accusations. They need to be a false accusation of sexual assault, grape, whatever the case may be, 10 years, minimum 10 years, no questions asked. You get proven a false accusation, you got to go spend it. It's ridiculous. So it's becoming a game. It's becoming a game for women to go after successful men, especially athletes, because they're considered, I mean, not just about the athlete, but they're considered the dumbest of the successful men versus successful lawyer, whatever.
We are.
Sure. So they'll target the athletes. And obviously, because of, you know, social media and that aspect of it, that story blows up, teams will get hesitant, and it could really, really kind of destroy their career and never have an opportunity again. Not to mention the effect that does on one's family. And like, imagine if the guy has a mother or sisters, like what they would think. Like it's a bad situation all around. So they 100% need sentencing laws where if you falsely accuse someone like that, you're going to jail for 10 years. The big story, they made a movie, Brian Burke. I think he lost he lost his entire career, right? I think he spent close to 10 years or if not more, up to no after. So, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And without a doubt, look, and all dubs, no else, I think 10 years absolutely needs to be a minimum. Like, it's not a joke. Like, people's lives, they get ruined. just off someone just making stuff up. It's ridiculous, right? And a lot of them, let's be real, when you go after successful men, and people might think this controversial, when I hear an accusation against someone successful, especially their celebrity, things of that nature, I do tend to not believe them as much initially, just because that factor of getting a payday money-wise, getting some fame, whatever the case may be, is there. So, and look, if someone accuses a regular person of sexual assault, even though it could be a lie, I'm more likely.
It's more plausible. Yeah,
it's more plausible. It's more plausible. So, yeah, to me, sentencing laws, maybe that'll help fix it. But we're always going to see this, sadly, right? Of a woman trying to get a payday off successful men with an accusation, especially because they understand. Especially, look, they could just call and be like, "Hey, if you don't pay me $100K, I'm gonna put this out there." And some athletes just might pay the $100K because even putting that out there, even if you're completely innocent, that being out there can hurt you. Just the rumors of it.
That's prostitution. And
I mean,
he should have gave her $40.
$40.
Yeah, he should have just gave her $40, drop $100 on that on the dresser, and he probably wouldn't have been in this. She probably wanted some money.
Nah, real shit though. That's what had happened at one time with Mike Tyson. So what happened was he aggressively had sex with that girl. Like, he beat the coochie up too much. And then he was about to get up and leave. And she was like, "Where you going?" I thought, what I'm saying? She really thought they was like about to start dating or whatever. Like, because she, what I'm saying? They did the whole courting. And Mike Tyson was just a nympho. He was like, "Nah, it's not that." Got up, pulled his pants up, walked out. And then she was like, "Oh, no, oh, hell no, you ain't finna do me like that." Like, you know what I mean? So a lot of the times too, just to make sure everybody is accountable, right? Because Jalen, you hit it right on the head. Like with a lot of successful dudes, it's just unfair. But I will say a lot of the times dudes need to set the standard of letting them know, hey, this is just strictly, what it is. Like, don't lie and sell dreams. Be like, "Oh, I'm gonna fly you here, I'm gonna fly you there," and don't have no intentions of doing that, because that's where a lot of females will do this out of spite. Now she'll be like, "Oh, okay, you not calling me, you not answering my text no more after you said you finna do all of this and we going to Miami and all of this." Nah, you great. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a lot of the times I feel like it's both ways. What? Yes, it need to be a bottom line of, hey, if this is false, you're going to jail for a good at least 5 to 10 years, like minimum. But at the same time, though, I want fellas to know this too. Even if you're not gonna get the coochie, bro, just be upfront with it, bro. Especially if you got money. Like, it's no need to tell them, "I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna fly you here, fly you there," and you not, bro. Just be honest, bro. Even if you don't, because it's gonna be a female out there that rock with you. It's gonna be one that be like, "All right, cool. All you want to do is beat it up. I'm gonna fuck with you just because
you was honest."
But don't forget to leave her a tip.
That's real, bro.
Yeah, don't forget to leave her.
Hey, you like Derek Jeter? Give her that gift basket.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, bro.
But look, Derek Jeter, the most loved athlete ever.
He do be loved.
He pays them to leave. Hey, and you see, little baby don't get caught up in those stuff. Like, just give her a little bit of money, man. It ain't got to be nothing crazy. And then when you at that level of success, you don't even need to sell dreams at that point. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Your influence should automatically just get you.
But Jalen, I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of them athletes be lame, though. A lot of them just be good at sports. They don't necessarily be.
They're not
players. Yeah. A lot of it's hit or miss. Some athletes, of course, like some of them smooth, but it's a good bit are just good at sports. Like a good majority of them, like. They're
just famous sports to get girls. They can't
exactly. So it's hard to.
I will say that at that level, and I've heard some celebrities do this too. Any girl, if I'm making $10 million plus a year, and I'm in the public eye, things of that nature, shoot, any girl I'm going to be with, I'm making them sign a paper and get them on video. Do you consent to this? And then boom, we're good to go. If they don't, you out. To me, if I'm at that level, why would I even take the risk? I have thousands of girls probably in my DMs by making that celebrity who want to hook up with me. And if you don't sign it, you're not on video, literally on my iPhone. Do you consent to us doing our thing? Yes, good. No, you got to go. So then you're protected. You're good. You have no worries.
How do y'all feel about Colorado retiring Shedeur and Travis's jersey? Oh my gosh, this has been people been mad about this, bro. Like, you would have forgot, like you wouldn't have thought they've been bad for like 20 years. Like, how mad people have gotten. Like they've almost been garbage. Like they was good like in the 90s. So what is that? That's like 35 years. 35-year drought since.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be my only take on this. I want y'all to remember, Colorado historically has been trash. Okay, garbage, horrendous. Okay, y'all gonna say, well, they had Cordell Stewart. Cool, got it. How long ago was that? Okay, the last person whose number is retired is Philip Lindsay. You want to know why his number is retired? Because they went to the Alamo Bowl that year, and I was fortunate enough to see that up close because I went to Oklahoma State the year that they played us. He went to the Denver Broncos, had a successful career. Great, cool. Number gets retired. Cool. Outside of that, name me another player besides them. Exactly.
I'm gonna put one take on this, and then I'm gonna let Bama and Jaden go at this stuff because I'm not gonna say nothing else about this Jane.
If they was at another school, it wouldn't be getting retired. That's all I'm saying.
And I feel you. So I'm gonna just say this. And I'm gonna let Jaden and Bama go at this because I know they're gonna have some interesting thoughts on this. So I'm gonna just put my 2 piece in. Is Shedeur's jersey retired at Jackson State? Yes or no? No.
I don't think so.
Probably not. No.
So he did more at Jackson State and accomplished more at Jackson State than he did at Colorado. Why is both of his numbers not retired? Just a question. I'm just saying, just a question. The nigga ain't win a championship with nothing out Colorado, bro. I can see Travis on one end he won Heisman. You know what I'm saying? I can see that.
Yeah, greatest athlete of the past 50 years.
That's what I can see that him getting. I don't have an argument for Travis getting his jersey retirement. That's my May baby brother. But Shedeur, he did more at Jackson State, and his jersey isn't retired there. And I'm just trying to figure out like that's when it just looks weird. It looks weird. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It just looks weird. It just looks like a mess. You know what I'm saying? It just looks like a straight mess that this nigga couldn't win a goddamn bowl game and he get his damn jersey retired. Yeah, bro, it's okay.
What about him being the all-time leader in every statistical passing category except for career yards? But he's top 5 in career yards, and he was only there 2 years.
I'm not knocking that, Bam. I'm not knocking that, fam. But I'm saying this. Why isn't his jersey retired at Jackson State?
I'll tell you why.
Well, yeah, his dad not the coach no more.
But it don't matter. He still should be retired. It don't matter. There's hundreds of players that got their jersey retired, and their coaches still aren't the same coaches that they was when they were playing. So all I'm saying is this. That looks fishy. And I'm gonna leave the chat to go and defend me on this because if your jersey ain't retired at Jackson State where you accomplished more and had a way more successful college career at Jackson State than you did at Colorado,
I think we're missing the big point here is that look on the field, both players played good. Shedeur played good, but I don't think his play warranted the jersey retirement. I think again, Travis, you said it could definitely warrant it because of the Heisman thing. I think anytime you win a Heisman at any school, the mirror for retired jerseys there. But I will say, I think both players do deserve to get their jersey retirement because the one factor. I'll tell you the one factor that we look at is these boys turned Colorado State to the preeminent, the most followed, watched college football program for about a 2-year stretch. And even there was a stretch where they were the biggest thing in sports. Forget college football. They were bigger than NBA teams, NFL teams, NHL teams. Like they were the biggest story in sports. And when you have that effect on a team,
well, they put this on the game.
100%.
They put this on the game.
They were a cultural phenomenon. You know, they're the closest. They're the closest thing we've seen since the Fab Five in Michigan. As culturally referenced, they were the closest thing. They brought, like you said, they put these on game. They brought a swagger. They brought an aura. Like they really did it all. And to a program, sure, they didn't win any championships. They didn't win, they didn't win a perfect season, none of that. But they played well. I thought they put up good stats. And the combination with being a cultural phenomenon for those couple years, you can get your jersey retired. That cultural phenomenon aspect is so big that you can get your jersey retired. I'm not mad at it.
Like I said, Travis jersey deserves to be retired. Shedeur,
I had to bust out my AP. Perfect time, man.
Come on.
It was a moment. It was a moment.
Travis jersey
I
deserves
just
to
bought
be
that,
retired.
that new Maybach because I stayed grinding. Come on, man.
This is why I hate Colorado, bro. Them niggas ain't done jack-ish, and they just out here just popular than a mug, and ain't won nothing. That's why I said, bro. That's why
They did, Carl.
Colorado.
The year before, Dion.
Top 5 didn't win anything either.
Football has
That's true.
Yeah,
they
didn't win a conference title.
Winning championships was what made you popular, made you cool. Now all you got to do is put a bunch of monkeys in a darn music video and show a darn watch, and now they work something.
Monkeys is crazy.
Yeah, I'm saying.
That's crazy.
I'm saying. I don't care.
I don't think I can say that.
This is why brother Nick Saban left. I'm sick of this crap, brother. I'm sick of it. That's all they did. Just go out there, make rap music, and throw a couple touchdowns. They ain't win nothing. Nothing.
They did though.
How many games in Colorado?
Sound like every Alabama voter, man. Sound like every Alabama voter.
No. They sat there and let them big, strong, physical white boy put a foot up their rectum. And they ain't nobody.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because look,
yes, I'm going to do
thing,
it.
I will say this.
Yes,
one thing I saw Colorado live.
Shout out.
I saw Colorado live. Jalen, I will say this. I saw them live and I watched that BYU game. Shedeur and Travis, they still perform.
Thank you.
When they play those teams like BYU, Ohio State, the Alabamas, they have the front seven. Like you see, like their front seven compared to those other schools' front sevens.
Little.
Oh my gosh, they look like a high school.
They pouring in there like
they look like a high school team. So it's like you could just tell they don't have the depth and they don't have the front line to compete with schools like that.
That's
like it's
problem. So let me ask you, do y'all think Deion Sanders is honestly a great coach or a good coach?
It's hard to say if you're a great coach or not, but he's a hell of a coach
for some time. So
look, I don't think he's a master of the X's and O's. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, he's not that guy. Do I think he's a great motivator?
He's a hell of a motivator.
Yeah. I think yes, I would agree. He's a great motivator.
He's great at that, and I think he could fill out his staff with more X's and O's.
All I'm saying is Travis.
But that's every coach though, Jalen. You either gonna get a good motivator or you gonna get an X's and O's guy. Like that's literally what it boils down to. Like it's either I'm gonna run through a wall for this dude, or I'm going to be analytical.
Well, then Deion Sanders needs to change his coaching staff. If he's a great motivator, if you're going to be a great motivator as a head coach, then your coaching staff need to be nothing but pure X's and O's, strictly.
He's trying to figure that out. He's trying to figure the perfect balance, though. Like,
I mean, you
want a perfect balance.
I ain't hiring no Warren Sapp as no darn D-line coach.
Why
ain't you? Warren Sapp a legend.
I
ain't hiring
you. Look, I'm gonna say this. Go look at that D-line before Warren Sapp got there, and look at it this past year. Big difference.
What's his recruiting class rank this year? The ranking.
That's a good question.
It was a pretty good recruiting class, though. Hold on.
Okay. Like, is he in the top 10? Is he competing with?
I don't know.
Those top schools.
Normally, he wins in that portal.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, he's a portal guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know he always number one in that portal. They rank. No.
They got like the top one of the top quarterbacks. They got a high. I know that for sure.
They rank number 22.
Okay, not bad. I think he could do better. I mean, I kind of expect him to be top 5.
So, but what I'm saying is, you see where they always win it. They top 8 in transfer rank. So that's where Deion really don't care about
high school.
He don't care about high school like that. Like, I hate to say it, like the nicest way I could say it, dude. You don't. If I'm a coach, I don't want him nowhere near my players. Like,
interesting.
Deion, like if say for instance, if I'm the coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, if I see Deion walks anywhere near any athlete on my team, dog, like I don't want that. Like I'm intervening quick.
Like, I think
that's where I think Dion wins at, right? Like he might not necessarily be good enough to get a flock of high school kids, but I think he's good enough. Maybe not your best player, but like your top 10 percentile player.
Why is that though? Why can't he get the number one rated high school prospect like that DB or
Because with high school, man, I don't think Dion. He's still learning it. So with that recruiting, dog, like that recruiting, that's a whole different ball game within itself, right? And if you haven't really been in that world, he's been coaching high school football. So a lot of times in high school football, you become good motivational, developing. I care more about the man, the kid up under the pads, right? With that recruiting, dude, like it's more transactional. It's more Nick Saban, for instance, you saw how he set up his college office as like it's a job interview. All his players said it painted the environment of interviewing for a job. And to be a good recruiter, that's damn near how you got to look at kids. Transactions, quick, boom, boom, transactional. Did he say the key things in this? While I met with him, when I came to his house, did he say the key things that makes me want to come to his team? You know what I mean? On top of that, you already got a chart. Nick Saban had a chart of every position. You got to be this size to come to Alabama. It's no in-betweens. It's none of this. Like your athleticism probably got to be off the chart because he did give Josh Jacobs a chance, but he even said it. Bill Belichick gave him the blueprint a long time ago, and he said he never came up off of it.
And
These are the athletes you recruit.
Devontae Smith was
right here. That's just what you do. So I don't know. I think Dion could do it. Let's go take a second. I wouldn't want to see what he do this year with
without
Juju or what's my dude Sauter, the quarterback from Liberty. I want to see what he do post, because that's probably what's going to really help him. Like take the next step. Post Shedeur,
Travis, post Shedeur,
yeah. Caden Salter, yeah. So yeah, for sure, dog. I want to see what he do.
I don't understand why you keep saying they ain't did, and they took a losing program. Losers. Wasn't nobody thinking about going to Colorado for
how many championships has Deion Sanders won, and he has arguably had the best players in college football?
I mean, he's never had the best team. I mean, he had good players, but he's never had the best team.
I never said he had the best team, but he had the best players, allegedly.
Come on now, you know football. It's 11 men.
It's not the same though. It's not the same.
11 men. This ain't basketball. It take 11 men to win a championship.
11 on the offensive side, 11 on the defensive side, plus guys coming in and out. You're really like 30 players, if being honest. Guys coming in and out.
Take the best team to win the championship, Carl. Don't do that.
This is the money maker. That's all Deion is. He just brings money into the program.
But I mean, is that a bad thing though?
Exactly. Colorado needed it.
I mean,
I haven't been worked. My program hasn't been worth anything in over a decade, 2 decades. We barely can give tickets away. So why not bring a cash cow like Dion up in here? Like they went 4-7, and you would have thought they went 10-0.
Bama.
Like Colorado was the most viewed game. Colorado versus Colorado State was. I get it. It came on very late, but still though, it was one of the most viewed games for that month.
But that nigga could have stayed at Jackson State to bring some of that revenue in there. But that's a whole different topic.
But he also said they were stealing from him too.
I'm not saying.
You don't think the white folks stealing from him?
I don't know about that one. I don't think Deion let that one go down.
The whole point is the blind. You don't see that you're getting money stole from you. It's a game. When we gonna realize that? It's all a game.
No, I said this though. With the Jackson State thing, I tell people this. Maybe if he was coaching at Florida A&M or Bethune-Cookman, he probably would have stayed through the bullshit. The reason why I say that is Deion is from Florida. He's from South Florida. So if he were to be somewhere where he was close to home, like Bethune-Cookman, he probably would have put up with the bullshit, right? It was the fact that he was somewhere else. He's not from Mississippi. Like, so it's like once you start to experience things like that somewhere where you're not from, it really turns you off to the place. Then I don't know if a lot of people been to Mississippi before. It's just not a real attractive place to be, bro. It's very blue collar. in the boonies, you know what I mean? Very conservative, Bible Belt. So it's like if shit like that starts to happen, if I'm somewhere I really don't want to be, I'm finna dip. Versus if I was at Bethune-Cookman, I'm in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, a little bit above that. You know what I mean? I'm from Delray, Florida, Delray Beach, bro. I'm more inclined to help my community and stay and just think, because he knew what it was to grow up in Florida. He knew what it was to grow up in South Florida. So he would recognize those problems a little bit more. Like, for instance, Vic at Norfolk State. Vic is going to put up with a lot more bullshit at Norfolk State because he's from Virginia, bro. Like, it's him paying it forward to his community. Like, so he's going to be a little bit more indebted. Like, the same way I worked at the college up there. I took a lot of bullshit at that college because I graduated from there. I played football for there. So you put up with a lot more bullshit when you have had some type of emotional tie to the place. And Deion just never had an emotional tie. He signed when he first hit the scene of college football. He applied for the Florida State job. Florida State said, no, you got to go put in a track record of coaching. So he took the first available job, which was Jackson State. Now, I get it. Us as Black people, that made us feel good. We got one of our best athletes to come back and coach at HBCUs. HBCUs not getting the credit that they deserve. They've given us a whole bunch of good athletes. Imagine we got all of these athletes at these PWI should come back to HBCUs. I get it. I understand the whole narrative. And two things could be true. Yes, Deion could have stayed at Jackson State and uplifted the HBCU experience, all of that. But at the end of the day, he never went to a HBCU. He went to Florida State. And his original goal was to coach for his alma mater. So he did the race of doing that. Started out Jackson State, used that as a stepping stool. He used Jackson State to get him the job at Colorado. Did an exceptional job at Colorado, arguably in a hot seat year. I would think it's a hot seat year. And then I think if you see what Norvell, he's struggling over there at Florida State. The car is kind of aligning for him to end up at Florida State. Like, it's almost aligning. So I just think like that. Maybe.
I look, anybody go for a bigger and better opportunity. It's always nice when you stay home. You know, when you go to a college, you know, you want to support where you grew up, without a doubt. But who's turning down a bigger and better opportunity? Like Bama, you're at your school, you're doing your thing. Let's say you were coaching there, doing your thing, and it was was that a JUCO or Division II?
Yeah, it was a JUCO.
It was JUCO. So, and a Division I coach school comes calling, you can have big love for your school, but you've been there a few years. A Division I calling, you're really going to say no? It's like, you know, at the end of the day, anybody in any position, right? You're going to take a better job, better salary, more exposure, whatever the case may be. People move on. So, look, I completely understand what Deion did. Look, if USC comes calling, Florida, whoever comes calling, if I did, I'd leave too. You tell me USC, Deion Sanders at USC, to me, they'd be the biggest thing in sports. Forget any of it, they'd be the biggest thing in sports. They would go back to those Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart days where they were the biggest thing in sports. Deion Sanders at USC would be the biggest thing in sports.
Yeah, but that don't look like something good.
Look, Donnie said Shedeur and Trav took a risk on Colorado. They didn't take any money from the collective. They paid some of their teammates NILs out of their own pocket.
Good for him.
That could be a reason too. I mean, shit, bro.
I don't think Shedeur needed the money, though. To be honest, I don't know.
Well, yeah, of course. Neither him or Trav really needed the money, but I mean, also at the same time, it go to say a lot about them as players, though. Like, even though they didn't need it, think about it in the NFL. A lot of them don't need the contracts they get, and they still be like, fuck it, I'm gonna take all this money, bro. And then they don't have no team, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it kind of shows, you know what I mean? Like you said, yes. Same thing with Brady taking all of those pay cuts. It's like it helped when your wife is a supermodel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can take a lot of pay cuts if I ain't gotta pay all the bills. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel it. A lot of people in the comments saying he just signed a contract for 5 years. Coaches breach contracts all day, every day. Like,
people don't.
Brian Kelly had a whole contract at Cincinnati. Tony Pike and them, Marty Ginyard. Well, that boy walked out before they fucking bowl game, and they was 11-1.
Whatever you want.
That boy dipped. They was 11-1, and that boy dipped. It said deuces. went to Notre Dame. That boy chunk. Them little 5-year contracts with coaches don't mean nothing.
Frost.
Hey guys, I want to.
If Florida State knock on Deion door, crazy as hell. He gonna answer that shit so quick.
Hey guys, I just want to give a score update. Memphis Grizzlies and OKC 20-32 in the first quarter. Just wanted to give a score update.
Expected.
I'm saying the Grizzlies. They're not playing the Grizzlies, are they?
They are. Yeah, they're playing.
Damn. Score update.
You're right. Appreciate you.
I'm going. Just by the way, I'm just going for all the trench babies that go to the NBA championship, like Anthony Edwards and John Morant. But he ain't a trench baby. But I want the Negroes to do something with it. But yeah, that's it.
I don't know, man. I don't see Coach Prime going to no NFL. NFL is a real different headache for.
He's not an NFL coach. I don't think he's an NFL coach. That motivator men thing works in college. In the NFL, it's like they grown men too.
Nick Saban even told y'all about that. Nick Saban even said that's why he couldn't work in the NFL. It's just a whole different, because the dynamic of the NFL, they take a portion of their paychecks. Bro. They take a portion of the players' paychecks to pay the coaches. So, like, the part of the taxes that they take out from the players is to pay the coaches, the NFLPA, all of that stuff. So it's like the players know that shit too. It's like, shit, you ain't just gonna talk to us fucking crazy. And then if you're a coach making $4 million, you think you can just talk to Jettis crazy and he making $20 million a year? Like, they're not just gonna let you talk to them any type of way. You're not gonna be able to talk to Patrick Mahomes any type of way. He make $50 million a year. Like, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like you said, Jalen, coaches like Prime.
It's really different, bro. It's because, look, some of them will look at the team and be like, we ain't competing for no championship. This ain't no playoff team. I'm just trying to get my numbers so I can get my money. I don't care about if we win. I don't care if we lose. I don't care if this thing end in a draw. As long as I get my numbers, that's all I care about. How you gonna motivate that person to go out there and lay it down on the line every night?
How do y'all feel about the Browns comparing Travis Hunter to Shohei Ohtani? Travis been very adamant about him playing both ways. He even made a few threats where he said he would retire from football if they didn't allow him to play both ways. While they was talking to a few GMs and execs, the Browns GM said, yeah, he reminds him of Shohei Ohtani, or you have to treat him as such. And his exact words was, if you make him focus on being great at one thing, the other aspect of it is a bonus, right? So he was saying, if I make Travis focus on defense, the offensive end is a bonus. If I make Travis focus on offense, the defensive end is a bonus. Even though he was saying that, hey, Travis, you could play both ways if we draft you, he still was kind of getting at, hey, dude, you got to focus on one thing. And that's what I think Travis is not fully understanding about the professional, or maybe he is. That could, you know, I don't know, but I don't think Travis understands the full aspect of what goes into being a pro. You know what I mean?
I get the comparison, obviously, because the two-way thing and Ohtani, you know, hitting and pitching. But let's get one thing straight here. Ohtani, when he did pitch and hit, Ohtani was a top 5 pitcher in the league and maybe the best hitter in the league, or top 3 at worst, right? While Hunter, as a receiver, is not even a top 10 receiver in the league. He's cool. You know, as a quarterback, do I think he could be, you know, top five league? Yeah, I think that's definitely in his future. But a receiver, he's just not as good. So Ohtani's impact is a little greater. But also with football, though, the physicality of it, like with baseball, you're not really getting hit like that, right? Toll on your body is this much. I just think playing two sides of football can do a lot to the body. And even with Ohtani, he stopped pitching for a bit because of his elbow issues, needed surgery, and didn't want to risk that for the money. So if Hunter gets hit, you know, when he catches the ball and a linebacker just hits him, and that takes away a top, maybe their number one corner on the team. He could be the number one corner on the team. It just probably isn't worth it for a team. So I understand him wanting to do it. They'll let him in the start. But I think as the years go on, just with the
I want to do this with y'all. Name 5 teams off the top of y'all head, and we can do this real quick. Because this is what it really boils down to. We can go. I'll probably pick the Redskins, the Eagles,
Commanders, brother.
Commanders.
Oh shit,
we got to be sensitive, brother.
I'm sorry,
be sensitive.
I'm old. My bad. Commanders, Cowboys, Eagles,
Ravens.
Who else? Ravens. One more team. Who else? Chiefs. All right, cool. Those 5 teams right there. So hypothetically, Travis Hunter facing the Cowboys, right? So he's going to have to guard CeeDee Lamb, right? And then right after he guards CeeDee Lamb, Trayvon Diggs right there on the as soon as he turns around to line up on defense, right? Trayvon Diggs right there in your face, right? All right, that's the Cowboys. Commanders, you're going to have to guard Scary Terry. And right when you turn around, Marshawn Lattimore walks out there. All right, keep going. We playing the Eagles. So you go guard A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith and then turn around. You know what I'm saying? Kenterion Mitchell right there in your face. I mean, that's and honestly, this is the NFL. It's a chance that those are 3 weeks back to back that happens. You see what I'm saying? This is the NFL. You don't get no breaks. It's not.
You won't get the number one coverage though, right? He like those guys won't be on him. I'd assume they'd put the third guy.
If I waste a number 2 pick on you, Jalen, you're gonna have to guard these number 1 receivers.
Oh no, he's gonna guard number 1. But I mean, when he's on offense, he's like the third guy they're worried about as a receiver. I don't think but him like that.
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, like, and what I'm hearing from Travis is shit. I want to be receiver 1.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But hey, all the power to him if you think
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with you. If he goes
the
to
Ravens, Marlon Humphrey. I mean, you probably get a little day off. Zay Flowers and then Marlon Humphrey, but shit, Zay not no slouch. Mm-hmm. You still got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson that's running out the backfield too. You know, and then right there, boom, Marlon Humphrey in your grill. Yeah. You got McDuffie. Then you got you really think you can lock up Rashee Rice like that?
Nah, I mean,
I
don't know. That'll be a good matchup.
Look, man, this how I think he should go about it. I think he should focus on DB, and I think he should play a total of 21 snaps on offense out the whole game. Or 21 snaps.
Why you don't think he's a good receiver, Jalen?
No, I mean, look, I just don't think he's a great. He's not in the realm of the AJ Browns.
Yeah.
You know, he's not, to me, he's not top 5 without a doubt. Even top 10. Like, I mean, to me, his ceiling, he might be like 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, that type of receiver.
But what makes Travis so good is his ball skills. It's really for wide receiver is his ball skills. I don't think his routes are anything that's like, oh snap. It's his ball skills, his ability to track the ball. So like I said, he needs to focus on DB, but allow him to play X amount of snaps on offense because his routes aren't crazy. He doesn't have crazy his ball skills. He has great hands, and that's separate. It's like a faster Reek, a more athletic, faster Reek. Reek just had great ball skills. His routes wasn't nothing crazy. He just had great hands and great ball skills, and he could mash you, bro. That's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
Chad, we'll show y'all a Reek highlight tape one day because this this nigga like
I want to think like a wide receiver comp for him.
You know what I'm saying? For the people that know Reek, you know what I'm saying? Reek just
also Chad too. This is what kills me about Carl. You would think Reek was a 5'7" slot receiver. This nigga 6'3", man. Carl talked about this nigga like a 5'8" slot receiver, bro.
But the thing is, Reek knows what separated him from the competition is his ball skills and his ability to catch the ball. Okay, Travis Hunter has great ball skills. That's why.
But that's a big crucial part.
It is. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying. If you're going to have him play offense, just throw him a deep ball every night.
He's gonna struggle with DBs like Trayvon and them, but them man-to-man DBs, he should be able to eat their ass.
That's what I said. But you can also, again, like y'all said, X and O's, y'all can put Travis in motion to make him line up against a slot or a receiver to avoid those type of ball skills like Diggs and them niggas, bro. But like I said, he's not a great receiver, bro. He has great ball skills.
But now this is why I keep kind of feeling. So now once you get into that realm, Carl, now you got to worry about his attrition, him taking licks, because some of them routes cause you to be right in the teeth of, right in the mouth of the defense. So it's like, bro, do you really want Travis getting hit by these safeties, bro, knowing that he has to. You're to me, just me right now. I don't know about y'all. I think he's a better DB. So in my head, if I was a GM, if I was a coach, I'm drafting him to be my lockdown corner, my cornerback number 1 or 1B or whatever, however you want to put it. That's what I'm drafting him as. Now on offense, I'm going to really feel some type of way if my shutdown corner gets hurt from getting depleted on offense. Or even worse, if he gets put to sleep because this quarterback throws some bullshit and Travis using his ball skills to go catch a hospital ball. And y'all know this, bro. How many times we have seen in the NFL, them players be running across the middle, wide awake. And then next thing you know, they on the ground, sleep, snoring, loud as fuck. We on the couch hearing this nigga sleep with his fist balled up and he cranking the motorcycle. He driving a motorcycle right now. How many times we have seen? Well, I saw Chris Olave get hit so hard on the ground, he sat back up and then had to lay back down again. Boy, I would not want my DB to get hit like that, dude.
That's real. That's real. And that's why I think, maybe they feel like he has to learn that himself, though, because he's going to think he can handle it. So maybe put him out there for the first couple of games or first year, and then he'll be like,
Kenny Pickett is finna get this nigga packed up. Bro. I can see it now, bro. I can see it now, bro.
That's the Browns quarterback?
Yeah, as of right now.
I'm going to say this about it.
Browns probably should go Shedeur. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, honestly.
Nah, man, don't draft Shedeur. You're going to mess up his career.
For sure.
You're going to mess up.
I'll say this.
But the Browns right there, though. Like, they are a quarterback away, though.
As much as I'm not a Shedeur fan, I don't want him to go to the Browns.
No, not the Browns.
So y'all saying the Browns just one of those franchises will forever have to be garbage.
Yes.
Bro, that quarterback cursed.
Yes.
Someone's gonna say it.
The Browns are quarterback cursed, bro, and it's just sad, bro. I don't know what voodoo they got over there, witches and warlocks, but bro, they got a QB cursed. They even had a decent QB with Deshaun Watson, still cursed. So it's like, bro, they don't go to the Browns. The Browns need to go get that nigga Abdul Carter and call it a wrap, bro. Just defense. That's it, bro. And kind of make a playoff appearance. You get a decent running back.
Where are the Browns picking?
2.
Some people say Jackson Dart, though. Some people say Jackson Dart. Some say Abdul Carter. I'm okay with taking Abdul Carter over Shedeur or Travis. But
I say this though, realistically, if we just on paper, the Browns wouldn't be a bad spot for Travis, honestly. Because if you think about it, if the Browns draft Travis, he's not coming in being the number 1 DB.
But can Denver get him?
Denver is too far down.
Yeah, I don't think he dropped that low. The 12. You think?
Who's the people that can possibly get him again? I ain't got the stuff up. Who's the people that can possibly get him?
I mean, you could pull it up. You could look at it. So you got 3. Maybe you got the Giants. I don't know. That's still another Shedeur landing spot. Mm-hmm. Then you got the Patriots at 4. That's a legit spot. The Jags at 5. That's definitely a legit spot.
The Patriots ain't gonna get him.
I don't think he makes it 6, 7, 8. Like. Maybe he does, but
don't make it after.
Maybe, the latest I can see Trav making it is 8, and that's the latest. Like that is like, I don't know. Somebody had to do something.
So Denver has a slim chance, though.
Denver, fuck no. Denver has no chance. Like, dude, they're too
far down.
Yeah, they're pick 20. Yeah, they're pick 20. It's no way Travis goes that low. Yeah.
No.
It's some of these drafts I'm seeing, they got Travis going 2, Cam Ward going 1.
Yeah.
A lot
I just want to see Cam and Travis in good spots, bro. And Shedeur not go to the Browns.
Well, Cam going to the Titans, he reminds me everything of Steve McNair, dog. Like, that was a given. Like, he just fits over there, too. He got the little country accent. He kind of fits Tennessee. So, and everything. So, I like him there.
Best quarterback out that damn draft.
I mean, does Travis really? I don't know, dude.
Think about it.
What I mean, it would be the best fit for him because he get to play alongside Jerry Jeudy and Denzel Ward. So him playing both ways is more realistic.
Going to the Browns,
yeah,
it is anywhere else.
Really realistic.
What other receivers they got at Cleveland?
They exactly.
Jerry Jeudy.
So if you go to the Browns, that nigga's gonna really probably have to predominantly play wide out there. Jerry Jeudy can't catch, nigga.
That's not true. He just had 1,000-yard season.
Man,
solid.
I ain't sold on Jerry Jeudy, bro.
Yeah, Judy's solid.
Judy's
solid. Judy showed what he can do when you force feed him.
I don't think
he had a wide receiver one.
I don't think Judy's a true number one.
But if you put a Travis over there, though, it could work.
Yeah, but that's why I say if he goes to the Browns,
that's why I said because Judy is more of a 1A or 1B or whatever you want to do. It's not like he's a
B wide receiver.
Regardless,
who's their quarterback next year for the Browns?
No, that's going to be
Kenny Pickett, I believe.
Okay, now see if you're the Browns, I think you got to take Shedeur then. Like your quarterback situation is so bad, you just
or hold on,
somebody got to trade up.
That too.
Let me see how many picks the Browns. Never mind. I mean,
that's nasty.
I hear some people say Shedeur might drop to the
second round.
I'm dead ass.
So the Raiders are not going to get him.
People got him as a second round draft.
And
if he is a second round draft pick, he could go to the Browns. So like they could get if Shedeur. This is a wild if to me. This is wild. But if Shedeur is a second round draft pick, like a lot of people, Todd and Shay, all him got him listed as a second round draft pick, the Browns have the first pick of the second round.
So they could get him and Travis.
If I don't see it happening. I really.
Who the hell said he's a second round draft pick?
I'm gonna tell you
literally, bro. Todd, Todd McShay. Todd McShay just said that Donnie just put out a whole fucking 200-player dissertation about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. Put him in the second round. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I just looked on ESPN. Hold on, let me go at the shit. Literally, Todd McShay just said that shit. He got Shedeur as a second round talent.
He just hates Dion and he hates the last name. There's no way. There's no reason you can dislike him. There's no way he falls second.
A lot of people hate Shedeur. I think they hate Shedeur because of his dad.
It's that. It's also I think when you have such a strong, confident personality, it can rub people the wrong way. And we've seen it too, like with Dion. Like we love him, but people hate that too. The thing is, the play has to back it up. When you're that, even like with Shaq in basketball, right? Shaq is a very outgoing personality, always talking his ish, whatever the case may be. But he was so dominant, it was cool, fun-loving, cool. With Shedeur, I think people feel like he's just doing it early, like he's doing the talking without winning, and I think that rubs people the wrong way. But if he starts winning, I think people just stop caring.
I'm gonna say this: I think the best spot for Shedeur would be the Saints.
No O-line. Chris Olave might not even be fucking playing quarterback.
So back
receiver. No. I'm sorry. Chris Olave is a chance he won't even play receiver.
To me, I think him going to the Saints would be perfect. It's indoors. Look at the division he playing in. He got to play Atlanta, Dome. Got to play the Bucks. It may be sunny, may be raining, don't know, but that's the only question mark team as far as weather. Everybody else is Dome. They play in the Dome. Atlanta play in the Dome. Tampa Bay and Carolina.
I hear you.
Think
about it. Like he got little hands though. Like he could. play.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, far as if you look at their team, also look at the Saints. They got weapons over there. It ain't like he walking into where it's questionable receivers. You got Chris Olave coming back. You got a tight end that's pretty decent in Juwan Johnson. You got a running game with Alvin Kamara. The defense is solid. It ain't like he would be going into a trash situation. The only reason why the Saints is at there is because they had Derek Carr at their quarterback and he got hurt. And we all know Derek Carr is a coin toss. He's a coin toss. You might give you a good 300-yard game, and then he's gonna give you a 3-pick game. Yeah,
he got paid though too, right? Carr
yes, he got paid. You
see what
Jameis did? Hey, you see what Jameis did when he got in there? He was trying to make he tried to make some things go over there.
Shout out these quarterbacks getting paid.
But then he went to Cleveland, made some things go with Cleveland too. But I think non-Saints, Shedeur Sanders, I could see that. And then you got to think in New Orleans that he gonna have the city turned. He gonna have that city turned.
New Orleans
is nothing but a bunch of YNs. You know that. Y'all all know New Orleans is nothing but YNs out there. Listening to young boy up and down the street. He's gonna have that city turned up.
We don't need that, please.
Hey, I'm just saying. He gonna have that city ready to go.
I think he does that for a lot of cities. You know, he could have city Atlanta. I think would be turned up if he got to play in Atlanta.
I don't see Atlanta getting. They just got Penix, and I think they love them some Penix right now.
Hey, Penix is up next. That boy's up next.
Don't sleep on him. That's another good situation.
Shout out to Michael Jordan Penix.
Hey, that's another good situation.
Yeah,
they got good weapons over there.
Michael Jordan
decent defense.
That boy's up. Hey, that boy's up next, man. Shout out.
I like to see him and Shedeur duel it out in Atlanta or in New Orleans. That'd be a good little duel.
I'm still waiting on Kyle Pitts' breakout. I was so high, like I
shit, bro. We're gonna be waiting for a minute. He's a freak of nature, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the eye test when they see you play, I'm like, yo, this guy just does some crazy things, but this is not all being put together. I don't get it.
Stop putting him at tight.
I don't know. It's something. I just feel like his breakout.
Wide out, not tight end.
We're not gonna get that, nigga. How long we been waiting for that? About what? 3-4 years?
He's still young. Let's not act like he's still super young. He's still
that journey.
He's playing out of position. He's not a tight end.
So just to so it was Sean King, one of the QBs, that said Shedeur was a second rounder as well.
Who?
Nuts. No clue who he is.
Sean who?
Yeah, Sean King.
Who was that?
Little buddy, he played at. I ain't gonna say little buddy, but he played at Miami. He was like after like Jacoby. What was that quarterback? What was Jacoby? He was like during that time, right up in there.
Like we overlook him. He ain't got no credence.
But I do see this where they were talking about the Browns trying to trade to get that pick from Buffalo, because there's a few people that saying Shedeur is a late first round draft pick. I'm looking at ESPN right now. They talking about he a late first round draft pick, and they're saying that the Browns could trade with Buffalo to sneak up in that first round again. But I'm like, bro, that's pick 30 at best, bro. It's like I don't know what the fuck Shedeur said or did to have people this upset with him.
I'm gonna tell you a sleeper team though.
His damn daddy.
I'm gonna tell you a sleeper team. Wild take right here. Wild take.
Dallas Cowboys. I knew it.
Hell no. Now remember, I said this on this podcast. Okay, remember I said this. Pittsburgh Steelers trade up, come get Shedeur. Mark my words.
Somebody's
definitely going to trade.
Listen, Pittsburgh has not got a quarterback yet. Everybody been saying they've been flirting with getting Aaron Rodgers. Why ain't they pulled the trigger yet?
That's Aaron Rodgers. I think he just might be waiting till after training camp, all that.
Listen, Pittsburgh is going to go get Shedeur. Watch what I tell you.
Shedeur does come off very blunt though, and honest.
Listen,
I can see that.
Shedeur in Pittsburgh, he's gonna have DK, he's gonna have Penix, he's gonna have a run game, he's gonna have defense, and they shoring up that O-line. And he playing for Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is going to will them to the playoffs like he do every year.
They talking about Mike Tomlin, talking about taking Jalen Milroe, and I just told my homie Charles this. I said if Mike Tomlin take Jalen Milroe, that'll be the end of his job in Pittsburgh.
Why are you saying like that for?
Listen,
he's a running back.
If Mike Tomlin gets Shedeur or Jalen Milroe,
that nigga's a running back, brother.
No, listen.
He's the running back that can throw the ball deep.
If Pittsburgh get Jalen Milroe, that means they getting Aaron Rodgers. Jalen Milroe just need 1 year to develop, and after that, he gonna be
1 year to develop as a running back.
No, as a quarterback, I'm trying to tell you. Give him 1 year. Give him 1 year.
He might take a couple years to get. Yeah, I think Jalen Mills. He's a quintessential like good college quarterback, but that doesn't translate to the NFL, right? We see so many of those all the time. He's
good year of learning, getting his mechanics right as a NFL quarterback. He's going to be dangerous. I'm trying to tell you.
Dog, I'm trying to tell you what makes you a good NFL quarterback is how able you can dissect in the intermediate game. And his intermediate game is so bad, bro, to where you talking about learning in the NFL where they take players over here and then they make them play coverage all the way up. Man, he finna have his head spinning, dude. Like,
give him a year. Give him a year. I'm telling you, give him a year.
I'll probably say a year in the hyperbolic time chamber. Like it's gonna have to be where it's like, it's gonna be like where it's like 10 years on the outside, but it felt like a year to him. Like it's gonna have to be a Carl said it the best. He a running back that can throw the ball deep.
This is a really bad quarterback class. Quarterback class. This is probably one of the worst quarterback class in a while.
Jackson Dart, Kyle McCord, Will Howard might be the biggest gem in there.
Give that nigga a flea flicker. He'll be great.
Right.
Yeah.
Final topic before we get up out of here, man. Carl been over here acting crazy. We doing Randy Moss versus Terrell Owens, dog.
What?
Who y'all like?
Randy Moss.
Oh yeah.
And then, which will lead for the film study session for either tomorrow, Tuesday.
Wait, Bam, are we gonna go live for the NFL draft? I think we should do that.
We should. We can. On playback. We could do it on playback.
We go live.
Playback up in the chat too, man.
We go live for the NFL draft.
Yeah,
I got
to see y'all.
Who's going to be the Cowboys' next best great thing? I just got to see. I'm excited. Hopefully we get that strong white man Cam Scatterbo.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, we'll go live for the NFL draft on my playback, man. Y'all give me a follow over there as well. Next, I believe either Monday or Tuesday, I got to talk to Reek Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. We're gonna watch some film of Terrell Owens and Randy Moss to decide who is better. Y'all go check out that video what we had just did with Todd Gurley and Saquon Barkley in college. We're not talking about the NFL. We did a comparison of the two running backs in college who was the better college running back. Please, internet, pay attention to this stuff because people bring up, oh, y'all hating on Saquon because he on the Eagles. And it's like, no. If we're talking about the NFL, Saquon clears Todd Gurley. And that hurts me saying that because Todd Gurley was
really had like a 1-2 year run and got hurt. Like his knees just
gave out. He had degenerative knee problems, so that fucking sucks. He has arthritis now.
I like that Terrell and Randy Moss too. Yeah, I like that Terrell and Randy Moss too. I think Terrell was better intermediate. Randy Moss was better deep threat. Terrell was way better at handling physicality. Like you could really get in his face. He could try to beat it. Moss, I think he needed a little more space.
Hey, we never say you got Terrell Owens. But we do.
Oh my God! Everybody loves bringing it up. Y'all love bringing that up.
You got Moss.
I think Moss.
The slogan is nice. I'm not saying that.
You got Moss. That's the best wide receiver ever.
Wait, hold on. I also think consistency matters. Like Moss had a couple down years in the middle of his prime. Terrell Owens was every single year showing up. Moss had a couple down seasons. Those Oakland years were rough. In the middle of your
who did he have? The quarterback didn't even want to throw him the ball. Stop it, please.
100%. 100%. By the way,
I like you, but don't not like you.
No, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. The quarterback definitely matters, but Terrell Owens never had that down period. That has to matter in a career. Every year you're showing up.
When he went to Cincinnati,
Terrell Owens had.
Wait. When Terrell was at Cincinnati, it was over with by that. It wasn't his prime. Randy Moss snapped that middle of his prime. Yeah, but that we understand that was after his prime. But Terrell Owens for what? Maybe like a decade straight was no down years. Randy Moss can't say that.
Randy Moss only one Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh no, man! Look,
I hear you.
But are they Hall of Fame quarterbacks on their own, or are they Hall of Fame quarterbacks because they played with Terrell Owens? Because
didn't Terrell Owens play with what's the quarterback for the Niners?
Steve Young. Steve Young.
He was a Hall of
Fame. Hold on. Steve Young, like Andy Dalton's a better thrower of the football than Steve Young. Let's be real. Like Steve Young was Hall of Fame quarterback. It's not
improviser.
Like he's slinging it. Yeah, he wasn't slinging it 4,000 yards every year like he did. You know what I mean? Jameis Winston is more of a throwing quarterback than Steve Young.
Okay, is Donovan McNabb a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Again, great quarterback. But again, there's guys who are way better.
They're not slingers.
Yeah, they're not
slingers. Like for instance, they showed it. It was like night and day. This is when they cut Donovan McNabb too. When Vic got there, so they ran the little play action pass where Deshaun Jackson was wide open, and when McNabb threw it, Deshaun Jackson had to slow down. They put Vic in, same play action. Deshaun Jackson had to speed up to track the ball. Like he caught it like in stride. Like McNabb was a good quarterback.
And take this in. Every quarterback in his prime, they had their best seasons with Terrell Owens. Donovan McNabb with Terrell Owens. Tony Romo, best with Terrell Owens. Jeff Garcia.
Tony Romo was still good without Terrell Owens.
But he
was still good, but his best season, 4,600 yards, 30+ bro.
Terrell was making a difference.
What? So y'all trying to say
that one TL caught that bomb?
Wait, time out. Y'all trying to say Randy ain't doing the same though?
No, Randy like that too.
No, it is a comparison.
More consistent, better quarterbacks.
Look, that's why I said
this.
So listen here, check it out.
That is fact.
I just said this is Hall of Famer. I just said this is more of a comparison than this nonsense right here. Twan, I love you, but listen here. When we talk about greatest receivers, we just assume Jerry is number one.
No,
and we just talk about everybody else. Like who is 1B? Because 1A is like
respectfully
sealed off.
I got Calvin Johnson as my wide receiver GOAT, but that's just me.
Ain't nobody ain't even better than Julio.
That's crazy. Ain't nobody ever seen watching football better than Calvin Johnson as wide receiver.
Calvin's not even better than
Julio. You just said Calvin Johnson isn't better than Julio. They put two niggas on the nigga on the goal line. No receiver in history has ever got that.
You talk about tape. Watch the tape of Calvin Johnson next to Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell. Calvin Johnson's different.
Yeah.
That eye test for Calvin is different.
Hey, Janet, I'm gonna say this. Randy Moss is 1A. Calvin Johnson is 2A. And then I don't give a fuck about everybody else. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't care. You can put T.O. there, whatchamacallit, I don't give a damn. But them two boys right there, as me as a former DB, and money was on the line, and I had to pick to guard Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, or Jerry Rice, and my life was depending on it, I'm taking Jerry Rice every goddamn time.
You're gonna die. You're basically saying I'm gonna commit suicide every time because I'm literally finna go with someone who breaks open on everyone.
Yeah, that route running was elite. That route running was
like you be the main one talking about routes
and hands.
Routes. Calvin Johnson. I mean, Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson. They ain't running no routes.
They don't need to.
Look,
when that ball's in the air, they're coming down with it.
Carl, what I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna be reaching for Jerry.
So bam. So
shit.
So bam.
Oh shit! Shit.
Bam. So before we ask, I'm gonna ask you the situation in the down and distance, since I have to be technical with you, sir. It's 4th and 20, ball on the 20-yard line. You needed to win the game. You're going to tell me you have Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice. You're going to tell me right now with 2 seconds left in the game, you only get one play.
And that's why I have to take Jerry Rice. If I have to make up a stupid ass situation, like that, when I won't be in a situation like that with Jerry Rice, what I'm trying to explain to you, you're not going to be in a situation like that with him because they showed where Joe Montana had his best seasons with Jerry Rice. When he passed for all that 3,300, 3,400, that was with Jerry Rice. When he used to pass for 20 touchdowns, that was with Jerry Rice. Them niggas be passing. I look up them old head stats, especially them QBs, bro. They be having like 11 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns, 2,800 yards. I be like, what the fuck? Don't get me wrong, they win. If that's the ultimate goal, Jalen. I get it. Ultimate goal is to win, manage the game, increase our possibilities to win the game. He won 2 titles in Kansas City. I get that, but he was a pedestrian in Kansas City. Was he throwing the ball all over the field? No. The only old head I give that credit to is Johnny Unitas. Back in the 40s and shit, he was passing 4,000 yards, 3,000 yards. That's fucking impressive because we know the offense was so limited. The spread offense didn't get popular to like Jim Kelly and them. Like that didn't even come around. The West Coast offense didn't come around until Jerry Rice. So all the way back in out of wing tees and shit like that, that's the only person I really got respect for.
Jerry Rice's numbers, for them to stand this long when he played in the era when the running back was more of a thing and running backs were getting more touches. And we were in the passing era in the mid 2000s to now where more quarterbacks are throwing for 4,000 plus yards and wide receivers putting these numbers. For him to have that record, so it's still crazy. The all-time wide receiver record is
and he played with Roger Craig. He played with Roger Craig. He played with another good receiver. What was this dude? Clark what was my boy name? I can't remember his name, but number 87, dog. Clark he a Niners fan. I don't give a fuck about the Niners, but yeah, he played with. It's not like he played with bad players. And then on the back end of his San Francisco career, Terrell Owens was right there. Like so, it's like he never had a phase where it was just only Jerry Rice. Like for him to put them numbers up with somebody else that was right there, dog. Like these dudes are on the other side.
You know what it is with Jerry compared to those other guys? In a lot of ways, he's kind of like Tim Duncan in basketball. Mr. Fundamental.
Just too fundamental.
Yeah, he was
fundamental to appreciate.
You maybe. And when you look at the eye test, he didn't have the natural physical gifts of a Calvin or a Randy, maybe a Terrell, but he was still, again, a gifted athlete without
man, Jerry Rice would get his ass locked up.
Jerry Rice is 6'2".
Locked up is crazy.
We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about T.O. and Randy Moss.
Let me ask you this. Does Keenan Allen get locked up right now?
Nope.
Keenan Allen is a better physical athlete than
You're lying. Jerry Rice is 6'2". I'm tired of
y'all
talking about Jerry Rice like he a 5'7" slot receiver. This nigga was 6'2". He was 6'2".
The game is way more developed than it is now than it was back then, brother.
Man, one thing I know about back then, now, in the future, fundamentals is always key.
Okay, them niggas got fundamental. They're better receivers now than it was back then. And Jerry Rice isn't the best receiver, in my opinion, bro. Sorry. The game has got better since.
And your fucking opinion is wrong.
And
T.O. and Randy Moss. I'm taking T.O.
as a whole.
You taking T.O.?
Off of him spiking that star in the middle of the Cowboys field alone, I'm taking T.O.
Again,
he stood in the middle of it.
Again, today's DBs are better than they were back then. So,
bro, play that Super Bowl with one leg? Come on now.
Oh, yeah. And still have over 100 yards.
Yeah,
like 150.
T.O. different.
Hey, I'm about to get off. I just want to say this. The Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl in 2027, bro.
All right, and now in that stream, they always doing this. Yeah. Peace, Jalen. Appreciate you pulling up. Chat, appreciate y'all. All right, y'all. Till next week.